Hello folks. Welcome to episode 3 of Going Green, the series in which we try to create a reusable space program, both being kind to the environment and hopefully saving money in the long run. If you want to check out the mod list, or just generally see what this series is all about, you can check out episode 0. There will be a link in the description, or you can click on the little eye icon in the upper right hand corner of the video right now. So check that out if you haven't done so already. So let's jump into this episode and yeah, let's have some fun. Okay. Let's save that, get our crew, not Bill because Bill doesn't know how to fly a plane, but Subel. She's the only person, the only Kerbal so far that has managed to fly this thing and survive. So I think she's the best pilot for the job. So we're going to save this, we're going to launch it, and hopefully we can beat our speed record. I think as if we don't point up, if we point down, like if we go into a climb, go into a dive, and then fire the rocket as we're coming down, we can probably pick up enough speed to break that record. I'm quite excited actually. We're finally going to break this record that's been sitting around for ages. Okay, but we do have to be careful though, because this plane is still very experimental. Very experimental. Okay, turn on SAS, pick up speed, and we can begin. Fire up the rocket motor and let's go. 1 kilometer per second. Here we come. .300 meters per second. We're really pushing the atmosphere here. 600. No, I'm gonna have to pull up. Yeah. Okay. You can see our path, our flight path. I had to pull up there. Sorry guys. Yeah, the best way to do this is probably gonna be get high and then hit the rocket motor. That's probably gonna be the best way. So we're gonna head back to KSC, report our findings. Sabel's probably talking to them over the comms anyway, telling them of our exploits. But we should go over there anyway. Okay, so we're climbing up to altitude. We're gonna go up to maybe 7k, something like that, and then level out and fire up our rocket. Okay, here we go. Let's try this out. Just right along the horizon. 600. Ooh, pushing 700. 700. We're getting plasma in the atmosphere. 700. Okay. So, it does seem that that we're not going to be getting the 1 kilometer kind of thing in the atmosphere, or at least not this low in the atmosphere. So we'll probably have to come up with a better way to... Oh wow, I'm losing control. Massive loss of control right there. Okay, again, we're going to return to KSC. And I think we're going to try and design ourselves a rocket, because I think a rocket might be the answer to this. And we'll try and keep some fuel in the thing for... Right, my goal is here not to kill anyone, obviously, first off, but also... I know I probably won't be able to land it on the launch pad, and that's fine. I just need to be able to land it on land, obviously. So I just have to bear that in mind. I don't know how to spell cockroach. I've never needed to spell it before in my life, or well, I have, but Scotland doesn't have cockroaches, or at least not to. I haven't really come across one. I don't know, maybe they have like a secret hideout, the Cockroach Assembly. Every year they get together and just talk about cockroach things. You know, figure out how world domination is going on. Yes, sir, we're proceeding very well in the United States. Well, domination on the cockroach front is going very well. However, Scotland appears to be quite a hard place to invade. It's rather dreary and wet. Never mind Scotland. No, it's a terrible place. Don't want to go there. Too much rain. So, yes. Cockroaches. That's what we're going to call that. I'm going to save that. Let's launch the cockroach. So, let's go. Without further ado, Subel, if I kill you, I am really sorry. Let's take a look at Subel's face now. She's happy. Let's remember her like this. Let's go. Way hey! So we didn't get to space, but we didn't kill anyone. I don't know whether to call this a success or failure. We got up to like... I mean, we didn't even get higher than our plane. I mean, that is not a good sign. We can get higher in our plane than we can with this bloody thing. Okay, maybe we should dump some of these and just make this like a normal flight. We shall see. We shall see. It actually turns out that making a rocket that gets to space and is reusable is actually really kind of too time consuming for me. A person who has very little time and still wants to make these episodes. So, we decide to make like a spaceplane style thing, kind of continuing the trend of the series so far, which has basically just been spaceplane series. Most of the stuff we've been doing has just been all spaceplanes. So, we've got this new craft called the Buzzard. It's a liquid fuel and oxidizer kind of combo thing. It's designed to get up to altitude, fire up its liquid fuel motor, and kick it into space. Once we fly it up and actually turn on the rocket motor, it becomes obvious that we're not going to get to space with this thing. We get up to about 37 kilometers, which I think is a new record for spaceplanes, at least in this playthrough, which is definitely good. It's a big improvement over our previous designs, but we still have a ways to go before we can actually get to space in one of these. And so we come back down, testing not only a spaceplane's ability to do a really hard re-entry and survive, but also just kind of general testing with, how are we going to get back from space when we do finally make a spaceplane that's able to get up there. This has been a good solid first step towards our goal of getting into space with a plane, but it's only a first step. It's nothing more. And so we have to kind of cut off this model right here of the Buzzard, and we need to continue development if we are to ever get into space with a craft of this nature. And so we continue development on the Buzzard, extending its main tank so that it can accommodate more fuel, and making some other minor tweaks and changes to the overall design, including changes to the air intakes and the addition of some tail fins and whatnot to aid stability while in the air. Just some general overhauling of the craft, and then we shove it out and give it a test run to see what it is capable of. This thing should lift off at like 50 meters per second. I'm talking like this because I did do some testing with it earlier. I didn't record the testing, but I did go about some testing. So, I know that this thing flies. I have an R&D save that I port some craft over to. Effectively, it's like running simulations, but I make sure that it's in this separate save so that I'm not messing about with anything in this save, so that I'm not editing anything. So this is the first flight of this craft in this save, which is going to be good. So, you can see we can't really go into a massive incline here. Still, this is a 10-degree incline. It's reasonable. It's nothing to be ashamed about. So we should be able to go up and fire this rocket engine at about 5 kilometers. So I'm going to hit our physical time warp, or physics time warp, or whatever you want to call it. I'm flying this way and not over the sea because when we come back down, I want to land on land. In case everything does go wrong, I want to be able to deploy the parachutes and land properly on the land. Because right now in this version of the game, 1.0.4, it's the water's a bit crap. Sorry, I keep saying 0 point thing because I'm used to saying that because we've only been in we've only come out of beta since a wee while ago. So I think this is one of the first versions and out of beta. This is the full game. So that's why I keep saying 0 point something because I'm used to talking about beta and alpha. So yeah. Anyway, 1.0.5 is supposed to bring effectively, from what I gather, it's effectively the better buoyancy mod. Better buoyancy is a mod that increases the precision of water physics and whatnot. I mean, it takes a little bit of a toll on your CPU and whatnot, on your processing power, just because it's having to, do that. But it makes it a lot easier to land things in water. It's the same guy that did, I think it's Ferrum, same guy who made Far and Near. So he apparently likes fluid dynamics. Anyway, so we're getting up to this 5k mark. You can see our thrust is dropping off, so I'm going to go into our climb now. And we'll probably drop off soon. Yeah, so I'm going to fire this engine now. See, this climb is really slow here. I'm not liking the climb. We're going too slow. Okay. We've started the burn anyway, so we're doing good with that. Okay. I'll just do that. Keeping the center of mass as far forward as I can so we don't flip out while we're doing this. Okay. And I have a little bit of data on my gamepad, so I can tell you that our apoapsis is just coming up for 40 kilometers. And we've just hit the 40 kilometer mark on our apoaps. I'm not getting any data that I wouldn't get otherwise. Like, if I went to the map view, I could easily see this. It's just so that I can keep an eye on my ship while doing this. We're coming up for 60 kilometers. That's us hit 60. Oh, there we go. We've got a 70 kilometer mark. I'm going to cut the fuel there. Right, our apoapsis is up at 76. Yes. Haha! We're coming out of the atmosphere. Oh, yes. Haha. Exciting times. Subel, you are the first Kerbal to ever get to space in this craft. I think did Jebediah? No, it wasn't Jebediah, because Jebediah got killed. It was Valentina that managed to get to space. She was the first Kerbal to get to space, I believe. She got up and exited the atmosphere with her reusable rocket, which was quite cool. This is more of like a space. In fact, we can call this a space plane now. This is officially a space plane. This is brilliant. Okay, and we've even brought a little bit of mystery goo, so we can officially collect some science out here. There we go. Look at that. 10 scientific data. The goo seems to have clumped into a sphere. It also appears to have become brittle. Well, that's probably because the surface tension of the goo is sucking it all together and keeping it all in one bit. And it's and then it's a sphere because, it clings together because of the surface tension. And then brittle. I assume we're exposing it directly to space, so I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway. So we can keep that, and we can make a crew report from here. And we can keep that data. That's 15 science we're getting. I don't think we can EVA. We've not upgraded our buildings yet, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, here we go. The problem with this, though, of course, is I really doubt we'll be able to get tourists up in this thing. It just doesn't have the oomph to get tourists up. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point in this direction, because that way when we come down we'll start flying towards the KSC. That'll save us some fuel anyway. Probably shouldn't be pointing into the atmosphere while doing this, but hey. Okay. So just keep an eye on our electric charge, because that's going to be really the defining thing here. I doubt we will burn up. I doubt we will burn up. That's not to say we won't. That's to say I don't think we'll burn up. So. Oh crap, we're over the mountains. Oh crap, we're over the mountains. Crippy crap, we're over the mountains. We're going to crash into these mountains. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. Yes, yes. Oh, we're going mental. We're going mental. Well, at least we're slowing down, eh? Okay. Oh, we're still really high here. So I'm just going to get close to the prograde and ride this out. Okay, well, we got to space, guys. We got to space. That is brilliant. So we're kind of getting out of the mountain range now. I think we're going to make a slight turn. Just carefully, just really carefully. And I think I'm going to even use as much yaw as I can, because my pitch control is way overpowered. In fact, come to think of it, my yaw control is way. In fact, this craft is just incredibly overpowered when it comes to control authority. Maybe that seems to be a running theme with all my planes. I can't design a good plane, so I just design something with extreme control authority so I can correct all the bad things that happen. Okay, well, Subel has managed to get to space. That'll give her a wee bit more experience as well, actually, come to think of it. She'll get some experience. Perhaps she'll be able to hold retrograde now. That would be really handy for rockets. But then, of course, remember what happened to the last kind of time we flew a rocket. It didn't end well. It didn't end very well at all. And this seems to be, so far, this seems to be the only thing that's managed to get properly to space and back. Because the thing is, if we make a rocket, we'd have to put landing legs on it, and because our landing legs are crap, we'd have to use girders, and because we'd have to use girders, that would mean that we'd use up a lot of our part count, and so we wouldn't have the part count to add other more important things like fuel or scientific equipment. Ready to deploy parachutes. Okay. Yes. Hey. Look at that. Pro flying. Brought to you by Kerbanaut. Oh, we booped to the nose there. Well, we did it! We didn't die! Yes! I'm more pleased with that than we should be. Recover vessel. 15 science in the pocket. That's brilliant. I wonder if we can get anything with that science. Have we, Ooh, I wonder if we've got enough to get another node. That would be brilliant. Yes, yes. No XP gain, are you kidding me? But she went to space. Oh well. I suppose Valentina must have passed on her information to Sibel. Valentina was known for hanging out with the new trainees, and I suppose she must have been doing a lecture or something in which she imparted her knowledge of space and gave it to Sibel, and so she has nothing more to learn. But we can buy another node though, which is good. We can buy another science node. The question now is, which science node should we get? Oh, come on, decide. Decisions. I think getting science should probably be the priority, because reusable spacecraft don't cost that much. I mean, the actual buying cost is quite a lot, but then once you recover it, you're only really paying for the fuel. So we shouldn't have to worry about contracts when it comes to getting money. Although that would be nice to upgrade some of our stuff, though. Well, let's have a look at what contracts we're sitting at the moment. So this guy's wanting suborbital spaceflight. Okay. These two are both wanting suborbital spaceflight. Again, some more people wanting to get to space. My goodness. Below there, Saf's Hope. Oh, they're wanting the T-45 tested again. Huh. Why are they wanting that tested again? That's strange. Orbit Kerbin. See, we can get to space, but we can't really orbit at the moment. Which is a bit of a shame, really. Okay, how about we just get that thing with the tourists and get as much dosh as possible, save up, improve our thing. Yeah. And then we can launch. What are we using really at the moment? We've been doing space planes. I suppose that anything we build in here, we could just launch on the runway. Whereas we can't really do the other way around. So I think upgrading the runway is probably a good bet. I suppose that also makes it kind of smooth, I think, right? That's no longer bumpy, I think. Oh, it's got little kind of potholes in it. Why are there potholes? My goodness, I don't even use the damn thing and there are potholes. That's just bad design right there. That's just terrible design. Okay. That's fine. So we've just spent a crap ton of our money on that. That means that we're going to have to do not that. What am I talking about? This. Right. Research that. Research this. Probably get that. In fact, yeah. Okay. Oh, we need to perform EVAs as well. Man alive. We've got so much to do. I doubt we're going to get to orbit till like episode 5 or something. This is going to be a long haul. I think. This is going to be... We're playing the waiting game, really. Not really. I'm playing the KSP game, but... I'm playing the game in which I need to... really think about what I'm doing. So, save that, and we'll load up the bee, and we can send the bee out to gather some science. Right, let's test out this runway then, shall we? Oh, Bill, why did you jump in the... My goodness, I think Bill is too desperate. Bill needs to learn to stop hopping into the craft. Bill is one really desperate guy. He just wants to get to space so bad. He's seen Valentina get to space. He's seen Jeb try to get to space, and he just wants to get to space. Damn it. Right. He gained an XP as well. That's hilarious. It's because I actually launched him. That's quite funny. Okie dokie, Supel. The hero we need. Okay, we are in the zone. Let's do a crew report. Good stuff. We can recycle that because we're not going to use it. And then we can just return home. Okay, so I think that's a reasonable place to cut off the episode there. I'm sorry that this episode wasn't as thrilling and action-packed as some of the previous ones, or some of the ones to come, but I think it's just a laid-back episode, just one where we kind of take it a wee bit easy, chill out, have a wee bit of fun, just kind of take it easy for an episode, which is a nice pace change, I think. I'd also like to apologise for just the horrible recording thing that's going on here, where like I miss like a ton of frames. I don't know why it's doing it, because OBS. I'm not going to get on a rant about OBS because this is an end of an episode and I don't want to mess it up, but needless to say, I'm switching back over to Fraps because it's just easier. So, with that, I'm going to end the episode. We're going to chill out. Next episode, we're going to do some interesting things. It's going to look better because we're not going to have those dropped frames, which is going to be brilliant. So yeah, I've already recorded about half of the next episode, which is brilliant. Hopefully I'll have that out by the end of the week. So, I shall see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.